Tip number 5. Make sure that your colonhydrotherapist has proper documentation to run the business and to perform the session for you. Make sure also that these documents are not expired. Some of the documents have expiration date on it, and you just make sure it's on the documents, and make sure that these documents are not expired. I have to tell you that there's a different requirements in each state. Some of the state requires a license, and some of the state requires certificate. It does not mean that certified specialist less educated and less knowledgeable than the one that hold license. So please don't pay attention at that. It's just the state relating requirements. Okay. So now I'm gonna introduce you to a little bit deeply to some professional tips requiring qualification and documents, and I would like to advise everyone to choose a specialist who is certified by IACT. So it doesn't mean anything for you, but on the field of colonhydrotherapy, it is very, I think it's very important. IACT stands for International Association of Colonhydrotherapists. IACT recommends the use of only FDA-approved devices, approved machines, equipments, and disposable speculums. It's very, very important. And if your colonhydrotherapist was not studying at IACT recognized school, I would not recommend you to set up your appointment. Just ask on the phone, is your colonhydrotherapist certified by IACT or not? And if the receptionist will tell you not, so you better find another specialist. So always go for one who are certified by IACT. IACT also meaning that your specialist has more hours of training, have a college degree, have the CPR card, has liability insurance, and also studied in trustful and reliable school. So this association advocates highest standard of education and professionalism. And I'm going to show you how to really fast recognize the document, and this one is certification that was sent to me by International Association of Colonhydrotherapy. So it's usually you're going to see this seal like that, and also the color. So pretty much just pay attention at this type of document. To me, it's very important, and if I would be a client someday, so I would choose definitely specialists who were certified by IACT. Tip number 6. Make sure that your colonhydrotherapist wears proper clothes, meaning something like lab jacket or lab coat. It doesn't have to be a uniform, but it has to be something that indicates respect to business, respect to client, respect to a job, and it's actually hygienic. I think it's very, very neat to have a proper cover while you're doing procedure. Now, tip number 7 for you guys, very, very important. Do not start any procedure if you did not fill out the health questionnaire intake form, and you did not sign this form and sign contraindication form. You have to read very carefully your contraindication form, read it and sign it, and you have to make sure that you discuss about all existing condition of your health before the procedure is started, so before you're on the table. And if your colonhydrotherapist, under certain explainable circumstances, will refuse to perform the procedure or ask you to bring a medical release form from your primary physician, from your medical doctor, please do not get upset in this case, and please do it. It's all for your own goods. So good colon hydrotherapists also have this medical release forms in the clinic, so I always have it, and everything what people have to do, just take this medical release form, take it to their medical doctor's offices and ask the doctor to read everything. And if doctor is not and if doctor is approving my client to have a procedure, so he's going to actually sign this form. And I also, it doesn't require to have any seal, and it requires to have like doctor's name and his license number. Still, I'm asking all doctors and I'm asking my client to put some kind of seal that indicates that actually that my client been at the doctor's office, because without that I wouldn't know who signed it, and I wouldn't know, there's a tons of doctors and I don't know actually if that such a doctor exists or not. So I would ask some, I would require in my clinic, I always require some proper documentation that gonna put me in a better place as a businesswoman. So it's very important to me. So these forms have to get obtained from the colon hydrotherapist clinics. So good specialist always gonna have it. Now, couple of months ago, it was very, very interesting that I actually brought it up. Couple of months ago, I had a lady, wonderful lady, who actually called me on the phone, and she had she was asking me if I'm gonna do my procedure, hydrotherapy procedure, and she just recently had her X-ray of her colon and small intestine and everything. So, and she had films on her hand from her X-ray that indicated that she had a redundant colon. So redundant colon actually is not on contraindication list, so I decided to ask her to bring me her X-ray, and by whatever I saw on that X-ray, it's actually shocked me. I have to tell you that her certain areas of her colon were as thin as a pen, I would say. Her transverse colon right here in the middle were extremely, extremely large and ballooned, and this poor woman, she barely could breathe. And but what was most amazing, that rest of the areas of her colon were connected as it would be a perforated line on a paper, so like a segments. So in this case, I decided to apologize and send her home. So I didn't want to be responsible for any consequences or any unexpected outcome of the procedure, and I would like you guys not to be very upset with colon hydrotherapist if some situation is very, very questionable, and actually if your disease or condition is on a contraindication form. So we're just trying to be to save your health and to be in a good place as a business people. Lately, I don't know why, but it's lately, when I had several clients also who were, while they were filling out this questionnaire form, they were telling me the phrase that I actually was very amazed to hear. And what has to be on the questionnaire form, on professional questionnaire form, let me tell you, it has to be your name, last name, your telephone, your email is optional, date of birth, and the rest of the questions have to relate to it has to be your health history. So about surgeries, about the supplements or medication you're taking, and so on. What kind of illness, what's problem with your guts going on, and so on, your bowel habits and stuff. So let me tell you, if you guys gonna see any anything like any clinic requires you to put social security number and credit card or bank information, please stay away from this place. Lately, like I told you, it was about 4 people. As of today, I've heard that they were saying, oh, it's so good that you don't have this, I don't have to put it on a paper, and it actually was kind of, it's against the law to put this information in a clinic. So please stay away, and I'm just telling you to warn you that this is something suspicious going on. You don't have to put this information. Tip number 8. The person who sets you up for procedure have to inform you that you have to stop eating 2 hours prior to your procedure. From my personal experience, I'm telling all my clients just for them to be comfortable on the table during the procedure, I'm telling all my clients to stop drinking too, let's say any liquids, in water. You can, guys, hydrate yourself hours before the procedure, the days before procedure. It's so nice to be hydrated. But while you're on a table, all your muscles have to be relaxed, your abdominal muscles have to be relaxed. And imagine if your bladder is full, and especially at the time when while I'm applying my abdominal massage, and if your bladder is full, you do not feel comfortable because you kind of, holding your muscles. And if you're holding your muscles at the time of the procedure, it's definitely not a good idea. You have to be relaxed as much as possible. So please take it into consideration, whether they told you or not, that you have to stop eating 2 hours prior to your procedure, and for your own goods, stop drinking. I mean, a couple of sips of water not gonna bother you, but if you're trying to hydrate yourself as much as possible, guys, it's not an ultrasound. So try to get easy on water if you don't want to have any if you're not gonna, you're gonna just feel very uncomfortable on the table. Well, so far I think I told you everything about how to find a clinic and everything. And let me summarize everything. So the number 1, it was a business plaza. So try to find clinic in a business plaza, office, clinic, and so on. So number 2 has to be newest building. Number 3, smell in a building and smell in a room. Number 4, colonhydrotherapist should have the colonhydrotherapy as a main one priority, as a business. Number 5 is, I think it was documentation and IACT certification, so it's very important, so pay attention on that. Number 6 was a proper lab coat. Number 7 is health questionnaire forms, and number 8 was like advice on the food to stop eating 2 hours prior to your procedure.